What?
Okay.
Yes.
From beautiful Southern California. It's in the 80s today, which is perfect. Welcome to the Suzanne Summers Show. And here she is.
And is it working with Facebook?
Yes.
Oh, my Facebook people. It worked today, right off the bat. Hi.
I don't know, Caroline. I don't see any. Oh, here they are.
Oh.
You're good.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, how about IG?
Pardon?
How about Instagram?
Instagram's perfect.
Oh.
We're all happening.
Oh, it's going to be such a great show.
And soon we'll be on YouTube as well, streaming.
Yes, the world is great. Welcome to my show. An hour a day, 3 times a week of just de-stressing, okay? That's what I want this hour to be. It's nonpartisan, it's not political. We don't ever talk about anything like that. All I want is to have a good time with you. I'd like to share a tequila with you tonight. Top of the morning to you. Take a little sip.
Top of the morning to you.
Yeah. And Caroline, to you.
I don't understand why, when the Irish are drinking, it's usually in the late afternoon or evening, and you say top of the morning.
Because they don't even know what time of the day. I'm Irish, so I can say this. They don't know if it's morning or night. I know.
Oh, you're going to hear...
I'm Irish, so I can talk about me people. Yeah, me people. Right. But we have great senses of humor.
You do. You do.
So...
And the Irish, when we were in Ireland, which I loved...
You like all the Irish girls.
The Irish girls were incredible, beautiful Irish girls with
sweet
rosy
faces.
cheeks,
Yep.
big smiles, and happy.
You did. You really liked them.
I did.
Yeah. We had the privilege of staying at Merv Griffin's former house, but then he owned it and turned it into a bed and breakfast or an inn or whatever they call them over there. And we had the best time there. Merv said, "You got to stay at my place." I said, "You don't have to beg me." God, I love Merv Griffin. Do you all remember Merv Griffin? He's been in this house here so many times I can't count it. And he's one of the nicest people I've ever known in our business. He became a dear, dear friend. He's the type of friend that would just call you out of the blue just to see how you're doing. And it was always, whenever Merv would call, it was just a great conversation. He was so great.
You know, what you may not know...
I don't know.
...is that in the 60s, Merv Griffin had this very successful afternoon show.
Right, yeah.
And it was being produced by Westinghouse.
Yeah.
Okay? And then he was offered a late night show on CBS.
Yeah.
So he left the very successful daytime show to do the late night CBS show. And he chose me to replace him. Okay? So I sort of slid into his chair with Arthur Treacher, who was...
Oh, right.
Okay.
I forgot about that. Gosh,
Oh, yeah.
You're so cool.
Oh, yeah. And,
Wow.
and the president was a guy by the name of Tad Reeves, who was on my side. Everything was cool. And we're headed into who knows where. It was going to be a beautiful experience.
And what happened?
Well, Tad Reeves was sort of, I don't know what happened, but one day Tad Reeves was no longer there. A new guy came in. I think his name was Griffin, and I was history. And that was it. That was the end.
You know, in life and in careers, and you have moments, and you seize it, because that wasn't a failure for you. You succeeded. I remember. I met you after that, but I never saw you do it. But I know you were great, because you were great at stuff like that.
Thank you.
But I call it windows of opportunity. And when you're presented with a window of opportunity, you have to grab it. And I remember, I probably shouldn't say this, but you love when I say things I probably shouldn't say. When we were doing Three's Company and it rose to #1, imagine, I was not a famous person. Suddenly the show became the #1 show in the country at a time when it mattered. 3 shows, 3 networks, and ours was #1. And all of a sudden, all the media started coming at all 3 of us. And I was the only one who understood that. Joyce used to say, I'm an actor and I'm not a celebrity and I don't want to do publicity. And I would look at her and I'd think, why? Why? And then it turned into a thing years later when I was so popular, and I think you should have grabbed onto that publicity because she had a darling personality and she could have made it work, but she didn't seize the window of opportunity, and I did. And so I learned a lot about the window of opportunity.
You know, she could have taken her little princess character.
Oh, God, so cute.
She could have turned that into a very successful cartoon.
Oh, God, yes.
How did she do
I'll
that?
do Joyce doing, oh, she'll hate me because I learned to do the little princess as well as her because she created it. And the little princess was, oh, well, and the little princess would get mad at everything all the time. And she would go on these rants, and we would laugh and laugh and laugh. You're right. She could have turned that into a little cartoon.
Yeah.
Although I went to the Three's Company people, and I said, you know, Chrissy Snow would be I got to turn this off. This girl's singing behind my head here. I went to them, and I said, you know, Chrissy Snow would be a great Saturday morning kids cartoon show. You can animate Chrissy Snow with the big pink cheeks and the two ponytails. And I remember that producer, Mickey Ross, he said, this is not about business. And I thought, isn't it called show business? So I wanted to seize the window of opportunity, and I didn't have the power at that time to do it. But so what? I did okay, didn't I? I'm here with you.
You did okay.
So you know what I did yesterday or this weekend?
I think I know the answer, but I won't reveal it.
I made soup.
You didn't just make soup, okay? You made soup, and I had a huge second helping.
You did.
And I was about to have the third helping, and I thought, that's piggy. I'm not going to do that.
We're going out for dinner tonight on a date, but I'd really rather stay home and have that soup. Caroline will agree with me. I think I make the world's greatest soups.
You do.
Don't you, Caroline?
You do.
Yeah.
We do.
I do. I get it. I get what it is. And every week, I always roast a chicken. That's how it begins. I roast a chicken, whether I want that roast chicken dinner or not. But most likely, I usually do because I just love the drippings from the bottom of the pan, and I love making a great sauce from that. And then I take everything that's left over and I put it with all the bones and all the vegetable tops that I've saved all week. And I know Caroline does that too. And I put it into my big stock pot and make just incredible stock. So I started with my stock. I had looked in the crisper, and I had a bunch of great shiitake mushrooms. So I decided to make shiitake mushroom soup. And I forgot how great mushroom soup can be. It was so great. And I really didn't even need to put any cream in it because I sauteed a whole lot of shallots until they were just perfect, and they made what I call the balls on the bottom of the pan, you know, browning the pan. And then I threw in the cut up any old way, because I'm going to Cuisinart it, mushrooms, and cook that in olive oil and a little butter and smoosh, smoosh, smoosh around. And then I added this amazing stock that was so amazing that it was all gelatinous when I poured it out, and cooked that for a while, and then Cuisinarted it, and I added some truffle salt, and I went to see if there needed any more seasoning. It needed nothing because everything was cooked to perfection. And so then I served it with a dollop of creme fraiche after I Cuisinarted it, and crispy fried shallots, which are incredible, and crispy sliced mushrooms, and it was kind of great.
Unreal.
Yeah.
You make the best mushroom soup. I mean, I could just take out the word mushroom because you do make the best soup.
Thank
but your
you.
mushroom soup is incredible.
You know, I taught Daisy, our granddaughter, she loves my soup, and so I taught her, the first one I taught her is cauliflower soup, and it's as good as mine. She figured it out. She got it. So I love passing on, and you've done that so beautifully with your daughters, Caroline. You taught Caroline's daughters, my granddaughters, learn to cook at their mother's knee, and that's the best way to learn to cook.
Now they cook her mother's knee.
But in today's world, with women working, most young people don't get to grow up learning to cook from their mother's knee, because the mother has to come home and put together something real fast, and that's kind of too bad because we're losing the gravitas of life. What do you want to show them, Al?
Well,
I can see.
There's someone said, you know, what's the deal today?
Okay. We got a deal.
So here it is. If you spend $50 or more, we give you the styling gel free, which is a $25 value. which I have in my hair right now.
Yeah, you can come over and show them your hair.
Okay.
All right. Al's going to show you his hair. He uses everything that's in front of me, which I will talk to you about. But, oh yeah, he had his sunglasses off. He'll be back. Now I want you to look at Al's hair. Al's going to be 85, June 30th. We have to have a birthday party for Al on June 30th. Okay, look at his hair.
Look at his hair.
Yeah.
Styling
So,
gel.
what'd you use today that's
Also,
here? Did you use the
okay.
activating serum?
I used the activating serum first.
Wait a minute, you washed your hair because I heard you in the shower.
washed my
which
hair.
I'm really quite glad you took a shower. We had a sloth weekend.
No, I never smell.
Actually, he never smells.
Never.
I've never known you to stink
Never,
ever. He doesn't.
ever,
He doesn't
ever.
sweat. He doesn't have BO or nothing ever.
Never.
Every
Okay.
once in a while, I go oof
Yeah,
on me,
right.
but not often.
Okay, not often.
Know why? Because we don't eat.
Actually, I like the way you smell.
Know why? We don't eat chemicals.
No,
when you
when
eat
you-
chemicals,
Well,
your
sometimes
body.
you say to me that you smell, and then I smell you,
And you
I
like
say,
it?
I like it.
Oh. But
Then I know
but body
I
odor.
can pick you out in the dark.
Body odor is the accumulation of toxins in your body. That's what body odor is. And so if you have chronic, underarm body odor, you probably should take a look at what you've been eating and what you've been using on your skin and,
Yeah.
my passion. But anyway,
Yeah.
tell them, so you use the
Okay,
shampoo.
So, no, first I use the shampoo,
Then
the
the
volumizing shampoo, the volumizing conditioner.
Okay.
Okay. Then
Do you use the hair elixir? The
No,
volume
I've
you
never
did.
used that. I've never
Oh, well,
used
you
that.
probably-
I don't know what it's for.
You have a lot of hair, but why not?
okay.
In 5 years you'll be 90,
And you'll be 80.
80. I'm going to be on the Vegas stage when I'm 80.
Okay.
So you better be in good shape.
Okay. I'll be in good shape.
You will. You know it. You will.
I will be. I
Yeah.
will be. So then I use the. then I use. You just reminded me.
What?
One night we went to our friend Victoria and Michael's wedding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Fergie was the entertainer.
Oh yeah.
And we were
Fergie.
standing there.
Yeah.
And she came off stage,
She
ran
did.
up to me, and put her hand inside my shirt
I
and
get
rubbed
it.
my chest.
I get it.
I thought, if I ever did that to her.
Yeah. Well, that's the difference. There is a difference between men and
Okay,
women.
Well, I wanted to. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so I
Okay.
used the volume shampoo, the volumizer.
You didn't use the
conditioner.
hair elixir, but I'll tell you about
I didn't use
that.
But I used
The
the
activating serum.
which is that's our version of the. Well, what do they call it? The
true Brazilian.
The true Brazilian.
And then you use the styling gel.
the styling gel.
Yeah. And the styling gel is, look at the little cute curls he's got and all that. He does that, and then you use the paste too, don't you?
Right.
This
That's
is
it.
how Al.
Okay.
This is
I've
how
never-
Al Hamill looks so
I've never
fabulous.
used any of this stuff.
I know. Before
Okay.
us
Then I
and
realized,
our
this is
organic
great.
products,
Yeah, it's all organic.
it's so great. These products.
Can I read you what Brandy Buckner said?
What?
She said the activating serum is so good. It's a game changer for curly, dry, frizzy hair. I use it on my daughter's hair, and it makes such a difference in her hair. Her hair soaks it up. I love it.
I agree with you, Brandy. When I was on Dancing with the Stars, in the rehearsal hall, I had an assistant that was part of the show, and she was this really insecure black girl.
She was a beautiful woman.
But she was really insecure.
Yeah.
And I would talk to her every day, and I finally garnered from her that she just hated the way she looked, and she wouldn't look me in the eye. She's looking down here, and I said to her one day, "You're so beautiful. You seem so shy. Why are you so shy?" She said, "I don't know. I have this terrible hair. This hair is so awful. I can't do anything with it." And it was awful. It was frizzy and curly and sticking out all over the place. So I brought her the large bottle of the activating serum and then the finishing gloss. And I said, and I brought her all this, and I said, just use this for a while. A week later, remember we came in?
Yeah.
It was
Another.
it was
person.
like another person, absolutely. Her hair was beautiful, and it was relaxed. And she had curls, but it was relaxed curls and beautiful, the way you want curls to look. And for her, it was actually life-changing.
I hope.
She's Brina's her name. She's so sweet.
This is a really beautiful woman, incredible woman, and I hope that some guy,
I hope you're watching.
I hope some guy
Appreciates how great she is.
is going to strike gold by having this woman
Yeah.
in his life.
Yeah,
she's really great.
Yeah, she was
Okay.
so great.
Yeah.
It was so amazing, though, who she became after she liked her hair. You know, they say our hair is our glory. And, you know, when you have a good hair day, you feel really great. When you have a bad hair day, you want to just put a hat on and not be seen.
Well, that's that then, isn't it?
That's that.
Okay, I'll go back.
Okay,
I have to.
I get to have a date with him
I
tonight.
have to go back
Okay,
to
all right.
doing the donkey work here.
Yeah, well,
Okay, yeah.
I know. I know. You dress me all up every night, and I come and I always say to them, dress mommy up and wind her up and she'll do the show. Anyway, it was so nice today to have a respite from the 100 to 110 degree heat. Alan has a different metabolism than I do, and he loves this intense heat. It drains me. It wears me out.
Well, today was in the 80s.
Today
which
was
is,
great.
Beautiful.
We
Beautiful.
go out for a walk at 7 in the morning, and we walk around the property, and it's so beautiful. And we say, why don't we do this all the time? And we walk down the hill behind our house, and then up the hill all the way to the kitchen. It's about a mile. Not a big walk, but it's a strenuous walk. You're huffing on the half a mile up the hill, and what happens in the desert is you go out early in the morning. And then when the heat starts pouring, you go inside and you hole up all day. And then around this time of the day, you come out again. And that's kind of the desert lifestyle. But I have so much to do here for the next few months. I'm packing and throwing out and packing, and that's what I do all the time. There's a place here called Revivals. Tomorrow they're getting a delivery that they're not going to believe it, what they're going to get. But I looked at it and I thought, it's been in that back closet all these years and I never even thought about it. Clearly I don't need it, I don't want it, and there's going to be some people who are going to love having this. When they have the sale, I'll let you know. Maybe they put up pictures online, I don't know. I don't charge them, of course. All the proceeds goes to the Desert AIDS Project, and it's all charity, so I feel it's a win-win. It's a win-win.
So,
Yeah.
Gail McLaughlin.
Yeah, one of mine.
Says hello from Barrie, Ontario. Now,
Oh,
what's
hi.
significant about Barrie, Ontario?
What is significant?
My first professional job after I left Ryerson, which is a university in Toronto, I got $50 for the weekend as the weekend guy. And I was on
You told me about this,
Yeah. And I got fired, actually.
You got fired too?
I got fired because I was doing the commercials for the Sunday night movie, and this is before videotape, so everything was live.
Yeah.
And I was doing a commercial for 7-Up, and the agency guy was there from Toronto, and he said to me, I think you're going to have to take a swig of the 7-Up. Why don't you pour the 7-Up out and put water in there? I said, no. I said, when I open that bottle of 7-Up, I want to hear the sound. He said, okay, that's cool. So the commercial came up. I started talking about 7-Up, and I said the line was, sip it between bites and see if everything doesn't taste twice as good. I opened it up. I took a swig, and out came the world's loudest burp. And the following morning, they offered me a job in the sports department.
But you did what you were told,
That's right.
and you followed the rules,
That's right.
which is unusual for
I don't
you.
know how much 7-Up we sold that night.
Yeah, but everybody knows if you take too big a swig of carbonated drinks, you're going to burp. Because something happens down there. Probably somewhere around the gastric sphincter.
Right. After offering me a job in the sports department, I would have done better as an undertaker
Why?
because I knew nothing about sports.
Yeah, but you hosted the Olympics, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, but that was different.
Well, that's not different. That's called sports.
Yeah, but I don't
He was
know
the
anything.
host. He was the Jim McKay of CBC.
Well, I don't know about being.
I'm
no, I
saying
don't know
the
that
wife
Jim
can
McKay.
brag. And in the Tokyo Olympics, in what year?
1964, and then the
64.
Mexico Olympics in '68.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you know how impressive you are?
No,
'Cause
why don't
never-
you tell me?
Well, no, you never brag. You never talk. It's just these things kind of come out of you. Aren't you impressed, Caroline, with your father-in-law?
Oh my gosh, he's had such an interesting career.
So interesting.
Yeah.
So much. He started what'd you start in Yugoslavia? The what?
That was the World Rowing Championships from Bled, Yugoslavia.
And why did you start that?
I didn't start that. I was actually, I was on a show that we had created to get the hell out of Canada in the winter.
Oh, yeah. You
And
did
it
not
went
like
in-
the
and
Canadian
it,
winters,
and
did
it went
you?
into the summer. And actually, I love being in Yugoslavia. This is when Tito was president, and it was a wonderful, wonderful country, beautiful country. And the food was great. And the first morning, I was staying at a hotel there in Bled called the Hotel Toplica. And I went down for breakfast, and I was sitting there waiting for the menu, and there was a pitcher of water on the table and a glass, so I poured myself a glass of water, and I started drinking the water and realized it wasn't water.
What was it?
It was Slivovitz.
What's that?
It's an alcohol drink. I think they make it from plums.
For breakfast?
Okay.
For breakfast?
Well, it was there for anyone who wanted it.
Wow.
And most of the guys at breakfast were Germans. I don't know why, but the Germans seem to like Yugoslavia.
Wow.
Yeah.
Even we Irish don't drink in the morning, I don't think. Well, my dad used to have in the morning what he called a Boilermaker, and that was because he'd been drinking all night. What's it called? The hair on the dog or something?
Get the hair on the dog, or
Yeah,
take the hair
I
on the dog.
guess if you've been
or-
drinking all night, when you wake up, the only thing that'll make you feel a little better is a swig of something. And he would have he called it a Boilermaker, a swig of whiskey and a beer for breakfast.
Oh, great.
Yeah, that started the day off right.
That's called top of the morning.
You're right.
Okay.
That's top of the morning. You're
Top of the
right.
morning.
Okay.
You're right.
Boilermaker.
Yes, you're right.
Here it is.
I never put that together. Brilliant, Caroline.
Free gift. You spend $50 or more, you get a gift from us that's worth $25. It's a styling gel, which I have in my hair right now.
That's why, honestly, you look so great tonight. Doesn't
Thank
his
you.
hair look great?
Really, I really appreciate how you prepared for the show, Alan. You look really good.
He
thank you.
really does. Your hair, by the way, you're going to be 85. You shouldn't have this much hair. You have a lot of hair. And it's all thick and curly, and when he wakes up in the morning, he looks like Einstein. 'Cause
Well,
it's
that's-
this gray, curly, crazy, but I kind of love the look.
Well, that's because I use another of our products called Hair, Skin,
and nails.
and
I give it
nails.
to you every night. Yeah.
Look at these nails. Look at the
yeah.
nails.
Yeah, yeah.
That supplement, guys, Hair, Skin, and Nail Renew is a supplement if you're looking for it at SuzanneSummers.com.
Yeah,
It
if
would
you-
also, if
yeah.
you want that, it would also qualify you to get the free Suzanne Organics styling gel.
Yeah, yeah. We have. I was looking. I have my supplements in a slide-out drawer, and I had the good idea recently because I was always turning them over to see what's what, and then I thought, get a marking pen. And on the top, I put NAC, resveratrol,
Yep, good
sleep,
idea.
these things. So now I just take them out at night. But we have such great supplements, and I'm in charge of the supplements. I lost a bet with Alan a number of years ago. What was the bet?
The bet was we were sitting at Post Ranch Inn.
Oh,
Our house has just burned down in Malibu.
I'm kinda not feeling great.
We're looking for a new architect, and
Yeah.
you said, I really like the architecture of Post Ranch Inn here in Big Sur. And I said, I do too. And you said, I wonder who the architect is. And I said, I think it's
Mickey Mingay.
Mickey Mingay. And she said, how could you know that? I said, I don't know. It's just a name that came to me. I think it's Mickey Mingay. And you said, how much do you want to bet?
No, I didn't. I said no, and you said, because I don't say things like, how much do you want to bet?
Okay,
You're the
so
one
I
who
said,
it. Yeah.
how much do you want to bet? And there was a painting you wanted that I didn't want to buy because it was very expensive.
Yes.
And
But an
you said-
investment.
And you said, if I win, that's if you win, you get the
I
painting.
get the painting, and you
And
said,
I said, okay, and if I win, you have to do my vitamins for life.
life,
Life.
life.
All those pills going into a little packet every day.
And guess what?
I can see why you thought that was a safe bet, Suzanne,
I-
because he kind of pulled that name out of his you-know-what.
Thank you, darling. Thank
I
you.
really do. I mean, there are times This one, I understand why you made that bet.
So then she,
Thank you.
yeah, then she,
Because how could he possibly know?
but yeah, but then she called the waiter over
Not
and
that
she
he knows
said,
all the architects in the world either.
Yeah, exactly.
she called,
Exactly.
yeah, she called the waiter over and she was she was panicked.
Been like, oh, he must know about this.
Right, Suzanne was panicked at this point, so she called the waiter over. She said, "Okay, do you know who the architect was who did this place?" And he said, "Yeah, I think it was Mickey Minge." She said, "No, go and check.
This is so important. No,
This is really important. Go and check and make sure that it wasn't Mickey Minge." And he came back and he said, "It was Mickey Minge."
So, ladies and gentlemen, so I have been assigned, because I lost the bet, but I would have done it anyway, to give him his vitamins for life.
Keep me alive.
What does that mean? That means every morning I have to look through all our supplements. I've got to give him his fish oil. I've got to give him his niacin. I've got to give him his CoQ10. There's all these things. And peptides and all these things that he's taking these days, and his thyroid and his cortisol and
Hair, skin, and nails.
hair, skin, and nails is first. But generally at night I give you your hair, skin, and nails because I think while you're resting it's probably a better time to grow hair, skin, and nails. And I've grown to like it because I have. It's in my best interest to keep him healthy. And he's so healthy and so vibrant, and his brain is so. I give him a lot of brain supplements and lithium.
Tony wants to know if you got the painting anyway.
Yes.
The what?
I got the painting.
Oh.
He bought me the painting.
Yep.
He didn't have to, but he did, and it's so
That's
great.
sweet.
And I've loved it. It's been years and
Tony,
years.
thanks for asking that question.
Yes,
See?
thank you, thank you.
Al's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. So. Anyway, let me tell you just a little bit about what's in front of me, and also anything you see on the website, any supplement, any product, Gut Renew, any of the immune powder, any of the things that you've grown to love. I really can't say enough about the activating serum. There's a treatment called Brazilian, which it started on both coasts, West and East Coast, where women would pay anywhere, depending on the salon, from $500 to $700 to have the Brazilian treatment. What was it? It was a combination of stuff, including formaldehyde. Isn't that what they embalm bodies with? Okay, formaldehyde. And they put it all over your head.
Next to your brain.
And put a shower cap under and put you under a dryer. And now you're under the heat of the dryer and the plastic shower cap and the formaldehyde. And your brain is right there, and your pores are all open because of the heat, and it's all going in. Can't be good, but man, your hair looks amazing. You take that stuff off and wash it and shampoo it and everything, and this long, silky, you know when you see women with that long, silky, beautiful hair. Well, who doesn't want that long, silky, beautiful hair? But there's no way I'm going to pay that much money, but also put the one ingredient that I'm most adverse to is formaldehyde on my scalp. Well, we developed activating serum. And in this activating serum, there's meadow foam seed oil and abyssinian seed oil with a few other things that you wash your hair with the shampoo, then condition it with a volumizing conditioner. And if you're getting any thinning, try this volumizing elixir. You spray it on and just rub it into your scalp so it gets to the shaft of the hair. Then, after you, then on wet hair, then you take the activating serum and put maybe, I don't know, 8 pumps, not a lot, and rub it through and pull it all through, all down to the ends, all over, in your scalp, everything. Then you haphazardly blow dry your hair. Blip, blip, blip. Okay. Then you take your flattening iron, or if you don't want, that's if you want straight hair. If you don't want straight hair, then you just sort of lightly, with the activating serum, scrunch it just to get it, make it look just the way you want it to look in the mirror. Just get just those perfect wavy curls. Perfect. For me, I want the straight hair, so I then take the flattening iron and go blip, 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 blip. Okay, now I may not need anything else, but I do want a little volume, so I take some of the styling gel. That's what you get free today if you spend $50, and you put a little bit in your palm, and you just put it at the roots, just to give it a little volume. And then I take the styling paste, and that's how I kind of shape my bangs. And sometimes I don't like perfectly smooth hair. I like to have like piecey things, and I take the styling gel and do that, and that's my hair regimen. It's all right here. It's all great stuff. Nothing bad for you. No formaldehyde. You don't have to like be embalmed or anything. It's just great stuff. Really great stuff.
So Melinda Hills wants to know, what color nail polish are you wearing?
Oh, this is Icicle, I believe. Icicle. My nails are kind of short right now because I've been packing and cleaning and going through cupboards, and so I'm wearing them real short right now. But I find that this Icicle looks good on short nails.
And
yeah,
my toenails.
Oh, do you want to show them your toenails?
Well, you'd have to get out of the chair and my toenails are.
Can you put your foot up here?
Tangerine.
Could you lift your leg this high?
Well, no, I can't.
And hold on to the table?
But I have to take my shoe off and my sock off, this is not a good time.
And what do you have on?
That.
You have poppy on, don't you?
Pardon me?
You have poppy on, don't you?
No,
poppy?
I have tangerine.
Oh, tangerine.
But I can have Camellia send me the foot pic that you sent her.
Oh, yes,
that's right.
Send it. Because doesn't every grandmother send pictures of her grandfather's painted toes to their granddaughter? Camellia wasn't feeling good last week, so I thought if I showed her a picture of Zeta's toes with tangerine toe polish, it might brighten her day a little bit.
It's true. I brought Camellia home. I've had to rebuild her gut. She has an angry gut, and you'll be happy to know I've been using Gut Renew and the tenets of the 30-day challenge, and in a few days she is much, much, much better.
She told me that. She said she's been doing Gut Renew. I told her that I've been watching a Netflix series on the body. What's it called? The Journey Within.
Oh, it's a great show.
And there's
it's
whole...
It's called Human, the World Within.
Human, the World Within. And the episode we watched a couple of nights ago was all about the gut. And it's everything I've been talking about, everything that we've all been discussing. And I told Camellia, I said, if you get a chance, watch that, because there's a little girl in there who has everything that you've had and maybe worse. But there's no worser. Worse is worse. And Camellia's had a rough time with all this.
It's interesting, like if that's her sensitive spot.
Yeah.
You know, we all have a sensitive spot.
Yeah.
Some people it's your nasal cavity, or for some people it's your throat. For her, it's always been her stomach and her intestine, and she just had a week where she just didn't sleep and didn't eat. She was working like crazy and training someone, and she just absolutely did not take care of herself, and it just, she could not digest food. Poor thing.
Backfired.
Yeah, so I said, come home, I'm just going to completely nurse you and take care of you. And I just started making her Gut Renew smoothies, lots of bananas, like lots of things that would just be easy for her to digest, like just the wild blueberries and bananas. I gave her a lot of like really good broth, so I made a huge thing of broth too, which is also, bone broth is one of the best things you can do for microbiome.
Yeah.
And all of your supplements. And interestingly, because I was testing things on her, I was giving her the prebiotic and the probiotic, but I noticed when she was eating food, she was immediately getting pains and really bad gas when she would first eat. So I started giving her digestive enzymes and hydrochloric acid, which her Zanny taught me, before she was eating. And even at her age, she's only 25. So that's what she's needed. There's something that's, she's not creating the acid that she needs to break down her food right now. So anyway, in a few days, she's feeling much better.
So glad.
Just a little personal testimonial.
Yeah, I'm so glad.
Okay, so...
When she hurts, I hurt, and you hurt. We all hurt.
So Class Act 121.
Yeah.
Caroline Summers, when is the polished tinsel coming back in stock? Now, just so you know, for the edification of those who don't know anything about tinsel, that was the last polish I had on my toes, and I loved it. Tinsel. No?
You had cobalt.
Was it cobalt? Oh, then the one before.
What,
the
Caroline?
One before.
I was just asking Jill to tell me when
Oh,
tinsel is
yeah,
coming up.
because Alan's prior color was cobalt, but
That's right.
before cobalt it was
Tinsel.
which looked good on you. And yeah, I'm liking it on my nails. Ta-da, ta-da. Well, I'm glad Camelia's feeling better. And
Absolutely.
is there something happening in the nest behind me, Alan?
Behind you?
I just heard some fluttering of wings. We have a family.
Well,
Happening.
in that, yeah, you can see one of the little heads poking
Oh,
up.
That's a baby bird up there. Do
It's
you
a
see
little
it?
baby bird in the
There are two of
chandelier
them.
who was just born a few days ago
There are two of them.
and is terrified to take her first flight.
Oh, I can see both babies right now. Oh my God, we've been the first thing I do in the morning when we go for our walk is I go, let's go check on our babies. This chandelier has been host, home, apartment, condominium to countless dove families over the 45 years that we've
I'll
been
bet
here.
over 100.
I bet, and we are involved in every single little family. And this one we come and check on at least 3 times a
Well,
day.
this
sometimes
year
more.
we've had three different
families.
families.
Like one moves out, the next one's like
That's
going,
right.
okay, yeah, okay, I'm going in now. And yesterday, the last show we did,
Look, you
whenever
can
that
look at
was.
jumping around up there.
Let me see. Oh, I think, is that the mother or is
I don't know. I think that's the mother or the
That's
father.
the mother who,
The mother never leaves the babies,
uh,
but then the father comes in and
Yeah.
the mother goes out
yeah,
and eats. And you can tell that she's eating
Yeah.
because underneath that chandelier, you won't believe the little poopies that are
yeah,
all
yeah,
over the place.
yeah.
So
We have
it's-
so much nature on this property.
Yeah.
And when we go for our walk, I must have been an old Indian. I've always been fascinated by Native Americans and have collected Native American things all my life. And I like to track things. And this morning I saw what was clearly bobcat paws. I know cat paws, but these are like twice as big as my cat. And so I knew there was a bobcat out there last night. And then I could see that the bighorn sheep were out there because the bighorn sheep is the craziest poop. They poop rabbit poop. And they're these big, like horse-like animals, but they eat greens all day, and what they poop is little brown little rabbit poops. I thought you'd find this interesting, right?
Yeah.
And then these birds have been pooping. And then I saw another track this morning that I didn't recognize. But anyway, it's so fascinating.
So Margaret Mackenzie wants
Yeah.
to know, is there a code when we order? The answer is no. All you have to do is order $50 or more.
You don't have a
You
code there?
get, pardon me? No, there's no
Oh,
code.
okay, all right.
You get the styling gel, which is worth $25, which I have in
Yeah,
my
it's
hair
good.
right
You get
now.
for free if you spend
I
$50.
like.
I did this for a living for a lot of years. I never got many jobs. I never was a convincing salesperson. Know why? Because I didn't believe in what they were wanting me to sell. And I can't sell anything if I don't love it or believe in it. It's so easy for me to, like, I'm not even trying to sell you this. You know it's great.
Well, it's because you use all this.
I use it all. I use
and
it.
you're involved in the development
Yeah.
of these every single
And I've
product.
got a little skin rash right now.
You're a
I got
control
little-
freak.
I've got a little rosacea. I haven't had that ever. And you know what I put on every morning? I put the liquid oxygen on. That, like, the moment I put the liquid oxygen on, it makes my rosacea. This is not giving advice. It just, for me, it just like soothes it.
So you can just say it makes my irregular skin areas look better.
That, what she said.
We can't say anything about rosacea, so she didn't mean that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
I wasn't trying to make any kind of claim. I just have never had any skin rash or
You know, what's
anything.
amazing is that we get testimonials from people who have had
Testimonials?
testimonials who have had serious health problems,
Mm-hmm.
and our products have helped them, managed them,
Yeah.
or cured them, and we can't say it
No, we can't say it.
because we don't make medical claims.
No. If I could say what our stuff really does, be so great, but I can't.
Yeah.
It's true, but when you think about protection for customers, if you
Yeah.
have people out there saying, this will cure your blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
yeah. I would never use the word.
not everyone would be as honest as you are.
Yeah, I would never use the word cure. Even the great doctor Nicholas Gonzalez, who I put in so many of my books. He was doing such great work. If you want to read about his work, I would say read Knockout. I put his whole protocol in there, and he was a cancer doctor who did not use drugs. And when I interviewed him and I said, well, this all sounds good, but I have to talk to some of your patients because what you're saying is kind of phenomenal. So he gave me a list of 25 patients. If you want more, you can have more, and you can interview them in person or online or on the phone or whatever. Every single one I talked to, they would say, well, Dr. Gonzalez cured my cancer. And I said, well, Dr. Gonzalez does not use the word cure, ever. And, well, he can use whatever he wants, but all I know is that I'm living a normal life. And I'm so sorry he's gone. But maybe he came to do, I think all of us come to do what we come to do, and when we've done it, we go away, I guess. I want to be here another, how many more decades are you going to be here, Al?
I have no expiration date planned.
For sure want 2 more decades, 20 more years, but I don't want you to be here without me, and I'm not going to be here without you. So forever, however long you're going to stay here, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
And man, do you look good today.
Thank you. Wow, so do you. So do you. Beautiful. You're beautiful. Really.
Aren't we disgusting?
We are.
You know what, though? There's something I say in my show, at the end of my show, every night. It's not who you are. It's not what you have. It's not what you do. It's only about who you love and who loves you. And I love you, and I love you. And that's what life is about, is love. Love is everything. Everything.
Okay. So Melinda Hills said, I use the liquid oxygen, and that, as you know, is my favorite product we manufacture.
And you, Al?
I use the liquid oxygen on my arms after I was out weeding the gardens. I had a rash from a certain type of weed. It helped 100%.
Oh, I bet it was
right
very
away,
soothing.
The rash went away. Wow.
Hey, Alan, can you go back on camera? They want to see you.
Come here, Al.
Well,
Yeah,
okay.
Oh, he did his hair today for the hair show.
he did.
And
He's a good boy.
He's a nice shirt on. You guys look styling.
I
Cute.
know. We're going out on a date tonight. Yeah.
Did you see Dick Van Dyke get his Kennedy Center honors last night?
Oh, I'm so happy. And I sent Dick a thigh master today. I love Dick Van Dyke. And Dick Van Dyke lived down the street from us in Malibu, and so I'd see him most every day, and I just love him so much. And he was married to a woman named Michelle, and Michelle died. So one night, Alan and I were driving past Dick's house, and Dick is, he was 90 then?
No, he was in his 80s.
Late 80s. And, how you doing, Dick? Because he's a new widower. And he said, I'm doing fine. He said, I'm betrothed. I said, betrothed? And he said, yes. And she's 39 years old. And we drove away. And,
Don't quote me.
and Alan said, Michelle hasn't been gone for very long, less than a year. And I said, when you're 89, you don't have a lot of time for a long courtship. Well, he had met this woman, Arlene Silver, who was his makeup artist. And probably helped that she had great boobs. So, when you're a makeup artist and you're doing a man's face and your boobs are right there, where's he going to look? Anyway, that's conjecture. Anyway, he married Arlene. They've been married now. Well, Dick is 95, so...
For years.
Yeah, for years now.
Great
They are
marriage.
so in love. And you know what's great? She's in love with him. She's not married to Dick Van Dyke. She's in love with him. And she has brought him to a place where it's kept him alive. He's going to be alive for another 10 or 20 years because of Arlene. So the fact that he got that Kennedy Center honors last night is so fantastic. I'm so happy for him. Don Rickles had written me like maybe 6-8 months before he died, and he said, Before I go, I sure would like to be honored by the Kennedy Center. Do you know anybody? And I happen to know people on the board there. And I'm so sorry they didn't choose him because he died within that year. And he also was just an American treasure. They're these treasures that when they're gone, they're gone. And give them their awards while they're alive so they have that moment to where they can say to themselves, I did good. Isn't that the last thing we all want to say to ourselves at the end of our lives? I did good.
You know, you should be honored by the Kennedy Center. You played the Kennedy Center.
I've played it, yeah.
You
A
should
few
be
times I have played. That's a
should
great
be honored
stage.
by that.
Well, then go to work, honey.
With your accomplishments?
Ah, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Now, we're here to look at Alan Hamill
Okay.
and his beautiful hair that is primarily beautiful tonight because of the styling gel, which is a free gift tonight with any $50 purchase. But I just put out all the hair stuff tonight because our hair stuff is it's everything I use. It's incredible.
You know,
At 74, it's hard to have great hair. And this is all the stuff I use, no chemicals.
I used to be big in this business. Now I model my toes with our organic
I know.
nail polish. And
You're
my
big.
My hair
You're
now
big.
with our organic styling gel.
You're
and,
big, Al.
And our, what's the other stuff called? The
Activating serum.
Activating serum.
The great. I'm actually going to say this. Liquid oxygen.
My favorite.
Activating serum.
Liquid oxygen. If you get nothing
Yeah,
else.
that's him.
Nothing else. Get
And
liquid oxygen.
And I'm
When you wake up
vacillating.
in the morning, put it
I'm
on.
going to say don't order that today because maybe you want to wait until Wednesday. Just saying.
Sounds
Oh.
like there's going to be a deal on Wednesday.
Oh.
Well, then if you're not going to do that today, I can't live without the activating serum. Honestly, this is the secret to beautiful hair. I'm just saying, you want straight that Brazilian $700
Or
treatment or curly, however you like to wear your hair. The activating serum, and people will start saying now, it's beyond incredible, right? Those of you who use it, tell me. Go look and see what they're saying.
Okay.
I hate to take him away from you
I will
because he's
pay
beautiful on
orders.
the eyes.
I can read for you.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah. For those of you asking, Frosting, Royal, and Class Act, you can spend $50 on anything, and you get the free styling gel. And the styling gel is a $24.99 value, no promo codes.
Well, there you go. No promo codes.
Yeah,
Okay.
no promo codes.
But is anyone
And
saying
it's
anything
their
about the
products.
activating serum? Do you see anything about it?
I'm looking.
Well,
'Cause-
Pat McKenzie says hair, skin, and nails is wonderful.
Yeah, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful.
Okay.
Amethyst Creek said, I love, love, love the activating serum. Beverly said, yes, the serum is the best. Sylvia Wheeler, also the serum is the best. We could get Daisy on. She'll tell you how great the serum is.
Oh,
Daisy
our granddaughter.
Hamill, who is Suzanne and Alan's granddaughter,
Wow.
this unbelievable, fabulous, curly mane
Ugh.
of hair. And it's never looked better since she started using Suzanne's activating serum.
And
It's
she-
unreal. She has perfect curls.
Perfect curls. She says she can't live without it. I can't wait to see her, and the first thing I do is I just grab her hair. Her hair is so beautiful. And you
It's
can't
so
mess it up.
beautiful.
It's so beautiful.
And I was one of those people who struggled with the curly hair, and
Yeah.
when she finally embraced it,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Michelle Hodge said, I love the activating serum. It's wonderful. Now the comments are coming in so fast. Makes your hair look beautiful.
Yeah.
Judy Roy, I love the activating serum. Jan Powers, the serum is the best. I get compliments all the time when I use it. Brandy said, the serum makes your hair so shiny and smooth, puts the moisture back into dry hair. I have dyed bleach hair, and it brings the moisture back into my hair.
Wow.
Margaret, the serum makes my hair so shiny after using the flat iron. That's the amazing thing, because usually, heat styling usually dries out and damages your hair.
Right.
But what Suzanne's done with this activating serum is that it coats the hair shaft, it smooths the cuticle, and then you seal it in with the flattening iron, and that bonds all those amazing nutrients to the hair shaft, and it makes your hair stronger, and it helps the ends not to break off as easily. So it's like this win-win, because you get to heat style your hair and make it actually healthier.
And
It's amazing.
people write to me and say, it makes my hair grow. It doesn't make your hair grow, but what it does, by coating the ends, you don't get the breakage, and so you keep the hair that you have, but it's all healthy, beautiful hair.
Okay, Leslie LeBlanc
Yeah.
says, my fave
Yeah.
is the body butter
Oh.
and the
yeah.
serum. I
Yeah,
love how
the
I
body
smell
butter.
with the body butter.
I know.
And I get tons of compliments. The great thing you can do with the body butter, if you have a partner in life that you're crazy about, just rub it all over his or her body.
Let's do that tonight, Al.
Okay.
Going out on a date, why not?
Okay. Okay.
The opposite. The serum makes my hair so full and fluffy when I blow dry it. I love it and love you, Suzanne.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Arlene says Suzanne and Alan are my role models.
Thank you.
Wow.
I'm honored. Thank you.
Robin is asking if the activating is different than the True Brazilian. No, True Brazilian is the brand name, and the activating serum is the product. So it's
Right.
called True Brazilian Activating
So it's the same
Serum.
thing. Same thing. Right. Right.
Mary Ann is asking about products for hair loss. Suzanne
that
sells
up,
a
Al.
hair, skin, and nail supplement that
Yeah.
helps to support healthy hair growth and strength.
And then also this hair elixir. Just spray it on every night, and rub it into your scalp. It's a great product. Great product. Again, all of these products are organic, and I will show you on each one. There's a little insignia here, which you can't see. It means certified toxic free. All my products have it. It means it's grown organically, extracted organically, and nothing upwind or downwind of the product is toxic to contaminate it. So everything here is clean. I believe, I say it every show, sorry to be boring, we're under the greatest environmental assault in the history of humanity. It's like sucker punches all the time. We're through the skincare we use and the food we eat, which is sprayed with poisons and pesticides, and the air we breathe. So to have a line that is absolutely clean, good for you products, our makeup is good for you. I have on all Suzanne makeup tonight. It's all good for you makeup. There's nothing bad in it. Our mascara has no glue in it. Go take a look at all of our stuff. I'm so proud of our products. Are you coming over here? Oh, look who I have a date with tonight.
It's the end of our show.
Look at this.
The end of our show.
No.
So it's time to sing So Long for a While.
Okay,
You
Carol.
guys are inspirational. You really look great.
Thank you.
You
We
sound
feel great.
too. It's not just looking.
Thank you. We're very happy. I'm happy that you're all here tonight. I love you, Caroline. I love all of you out there.
Love you both.
Okay. We'll see you on, today is what? Today.
We are back Wednesday at 5 p.m.
Okay, I'll see you Wednesday.
We have a show with dynamic duos, starting with the dynamic duo you're looking at.
Okay, we'll see you Wednesday. Good night,
Bye-bye.
everybody. Mwah.